BlueMetric is mission-ready water. We are world-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. BlueMetric provides a full range of environmental consulting services supported by bespoke engineering solutions for emergency, self-contained, and permanent water systems, and is always mission-ready with a full range of in-house support. There is no successful mission without water. We are proud to partner with Atlantic Canadian Industries. We are mission-ready water.
Welcome to MARITECH 2024. I'm here with Ted from Ontario Shipyards, bringing shipbuilding back to Ontario. Ted, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and Ontario Shipyards?
Yeah, so I'm Ted Kirkpatrick. I'm the Director of Business Development and Government Relations with Ontario Shipyards. I've been in the marine industry all my life. Previous to my role now, I was actually a navigation officer in the Canadian commercial fleet. I sailed the Great Lakes, East Coast, and Canadian Arctic, and now I'm with Ontario Shipyards, and I've been there about 5 years. Ontario Shipyards, formerly Heddle Shipyards, we are the largest Canadian ship repair and construction company on the Great Lakes. We have 3 facilities across Ontario: Hamilton, St. Catharines, Thunder Bay. The Port Weller Dry Docks in St. Catharines is our largest facility. We took those facilities over, Thunder Bay in 2016, Port Weller in 2017. And we've been revitalizing the shipyard capacity in Ontario, which was once the epicenter of shipbuilding in Canada.
Okay. So I understand it was previously Heddle Shipyards, and now you're rebranding as Ontario Shipyards.
Yes.
Can you talk to me a little bit about that rebrand and how important it is now bringing shipbuilding back to Ontario, and maybe weave in some of the team vigilance components as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that one of the drivers of the rebrand was that recognizing that we are a pan-Ontario organization, that we have facilities in 3 locations across the province, from Southern Ontario to Northern Ontario, and we have a supply chain that is, very much province-wide. So we employ people across the province, and we wanted to recognize that we wanted our name to reflect the fact that we are an Ontario-wide organization. The second part of that is that Ontario was the epicenter of shipbuilding in Canada. Over 80 government vessels, commercial vessels built at Port Weller. The Thunder Bay shipyard built vessels for World War I and World War II.
Okay.
And so we wanted our name to reflect the shipbuilding tradition that is in Ontario. Mm-hmm. And then kind of speaking about vigilance, vigilance is one of the largest packages of shipbuilding work that's yet to be awarded. And we feel that we have the capability and capacity to support that work, and we're the shipyard. Let's put it this way: we have the most underutilized shipbuilding capacity in Canada.
Okay.
So in terms of the vessels that the Canadian government's going to need over the next 10 to 20 years,
you're the hub.
We're the ones that can bring the most capacity to bear to support that work.
Okay, and are you guys getting a lot of support from the organizations, and are people recognizing that Ontario Shipyards is here and you have this capability to provide the service?
I think we are. Being part of Team Vigilance, I think, validates that.
Absolutely.
There's a tremendous the Team Vigilance group is made up of a lot of strong companies. Now, you guys being one of them, congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
So I think us being a part of that and being asked to be a part of that is a validation of the capacity that we have. I think the second point of that is the Ontario government itself, and the funding that they have provided, and the announcement that the Canadian government came out with, it was in November, that they have instituted the first ever Ontario Marine Strategy.
Okay.
And so there's policy and there's funding behind Shipbuilding Ontario, which is a signal, I think, to the federal government that Ontario as a province is jumping in with both feet.
There's a framework happening here, and there's real growth and potential.
Exactly.
So can you maybe speak to, I'm seeing a lot of students walking around, can you speak to maybe some of the recruitment efforts, bringing some of these students and young minds to Ontario Shipyards and to Ontario Ontario in general for shipbuilding?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a big part of what we're doing. We actually have our HR team here this week.
Amazing.
To go to, and has been, we had a cohort of memorial students with us last year, and we had 5 or 6. Their co-op term has ended, and now we just met our next year's group of students from Memorial, which is great.
That's great.
Yeah, no, it is. And I mean, we're not only bringing shipbuilding back to Ontario, but we have to bring the next generation of shipbuilders back to Ontario.
Absolutely. And they come from across Canada, right?
They do,
like there's
exactly. That's why we're here in St. John's to do
There's a good pipeline for recruitment here, walking around the floors, intelligent, smart people up on the latest innovations and technology in the sector. Maybe can you speak to a little bit about the technological and innovation advancements at Ontario Shipyards?
So, I mean, that's not my forte. I was just a stupid navigation officer. So, I'm not necessarily the technical expert, but I will say is that having this influx of youth and of new ideas has been really refreshing to, some of the older ways of thinking that have typically been part of ship repair and shipbuilding in this country. So
absolutely.
It's an exciting time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show. I can't wait to follow the story of Ontario Shipyards.
Thank you.
Thank you.
BlueMetric is your partner and works with Atlantic Canadian industries and organizations who are concerned about the water health of our planet and the people who inhabit it in an environmentally and culturally sensitive manner. BlueMetric joins the growing number of like-minded, innovative Atlantic Canadian companies who are changing the environmental landscape for the globe in a world-class way. World-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. We are mission ready.